All right, October 27th, World Series preview edition. Carl, Ev's going to be here in about a minute. Carl, I got to be honest, it feels like it was April 5 seconds ago.
It's amazing how quickly a baseball season goes. How long a game can last, how long an inning or like an at bat can last. And then we'll talk in October and it's like, holy shit, it's already over.
Yeah, it's crazy. Would have been nicer for our teams to go a little bit longer, but here we are. So, Astros World Series, Astros Phillies World Series. I have the Astros at plus 350 is what I'm holding. The current is now Astros minus 195, Philly plus 160. Is that what it's at right now exactly?
It's all
Sorry,
good.
I had the player props up. Philly plus 160. All right, so Philly plus 160. Carl, how worried should I be about the Astros? Because this line, it's moving in my direction. Um, it's getting a little bit heavier. It opened at like 180. How worried should I be about this Astros future? It does seem like the line is pointing towards Philly.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be worried at all if you're asking.
Really?
You're 7-0 with some comeback wins. They've got six starting pitchers that the Phillies would struggle to. I mean, they're so deep, right? The Astros are so balanced and so deep. So as you're sitting here holding this ticket and watching the movement, I mean, Verlander versus Nola game one, and Nola went to Houston. I believe he went into the seventh inning with a perfect game, and they lost. Okay. So just think about that for a second. The Astros checked out at the end of the season, up however many games in the division, everything all wrapped up, playing the Phillies throwaway, I think third to last game of the season. Nola's perfect into the seventh, and the Phillies lose. So if you're the Phillies, you're looking at this game. We obviously have to score some runs against Verlander at home. Uh, are you hedging now, or are you waiting to see a result in the first weekend?
I think I'm going to wait, to be honest with you. I'm going to see if, at worst, if I split with 1-1, I don't think the series price gets like all that bad. I think it stays at the same. I'm just hoping for a split. I don't know if Philly could take two in Houston. So that's kind of where I'm worried about. Ev, you could touch on that, and then we'll dive into the. Should I be worried about this Astros line in terms of a future?
Just line on the series itself.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
All
I
right.
mean,
It seems short. Philly seems short at
I
plus
don't
one
think it seems
sixty.
that. I mean, the Phillies are hot. Like this is what
Yeah.
happens. I mean, and if you listen, like, well, this is gonna make you. This is more pointing against it. But I mean, if you look at the last couple, I mean, obviously, like they dropped the one of the Nationals. They lose to the Braves last year, but I mean, they're the better team. I mean, I think the line's like priced pretty decent. I mean, I know you got a good ticket early on. I mean, I what do you have 350? Like I don't.
350.
I feel like that's too small to hedge. I think you ride it out. I mean, they're the
Yeah,
better
it's just
team.
it's
I
yeah,
agree
it's
with
just
Colin
hairy.
that
That's all.
they have more depth in starting pitching. They have the better bullpen. Um, they have the better lineup 1-9. Like there's a better baseball team. There's the better baseball team doesn't always win, but I mean they're a better team top to bottom all the way around.
Yeah. So, all right. So that kind of ties into the series. It does seem like you guys are leaning Astros. Obviously, the Barstool Sportsbook has a variety of different things with this series. You got player MVPs. I know Ev has a play on that. Player to record the most home runs. You have home run matchups, player to player. You have who to get the most hits. Total games played in the series. So we'll kind of go through anything that you can look at. The favorite right now, the two favorite outcomes are the Astros to win in six is plus 350, and the Astros to win in seven plus 400. And then it's Astros 4-1, and then Phillies in six plus 625. If you guys were playing any of that, like MVP, Carl, give me like a smorgasbord here of what you're looking at in terms of are you laying 1.5 games? You think you lay the 1.5 games? You think you lay the 1.5 of the Astros? You looking at an exact outcome? Do you like an MVP? What do you give me everything you got, and we'll go to Ev.
Yeah, I like the Astros in the series in 5 or 6 games, and I think it's going to be a very close series. The way that we talked about the Phillies and the Padres, like, man, what a great series, right? Like that was one, oh my God, unbelievable. Hopefully years from now, like that'll be one of the better NLCSs, I would imagine. It was 5 games. And like there is a way where this series is competitive like that, but the Astros are just in complete control. Like I just can't see Philly would really have to continue all of this momentum. I think, and there will be times in that series where it feels like, man, Philly's unstoppable. But like you saw against the Mariners, as you saw against the Yankees, like it really does. The Astros are just so balanced and deep, like I was saying. So I do think if you're going to do anything like -1.5 on the series, I do like him in what's it would say. I said 5 on starting 9.
If you go 5, you're getting plus 525. That's the third best option.
Yeah, -1.5 is plus 120. 7 games is asking the Phillies to win 3 games in the series is a whole lot. Now I could be wrong. As soon as we did the playoff previews, I said Philly probably has the longest shot out of all these teams just based on the depth of their pitching. Because once you get to a 7-game series, I mean, you saw with Bailey Fault. Like there's a spot in the Phillies where like they have some spots in that pitching staff that like don't even belong on a playoff roster. So the other thing, Kyle Tucker too. I like Kyle Tucker as an MVP. Did I steal anybody's thunder on that?
No, he's 9-1. I'm so invested in the Astros. The one I would play isn't Altuve like due? I mean, he's been great for us. He's 12-1.
Yeah, everybody hates his guts. Everybody hates his guts.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Everybody loves Kyle Tucker. That's why. I mean, there's part of that. Him being a lefty deep in the lineup, he'll be in a position to like have a bunch of run scoring hits, which is part of the drama of winning an MVP in the World Series. Like you have to be the guy who's delivering the big hits. Where Altuve to me is more of like the run scoring, kind of creates the opportunities. Like I said, everybody hates Jose Altuve's guts, and Kyle Tucker's coming off a bad ALCS too.
If Verlander throws a gem tomorrow night and then wins Game 5, he's at 10-1. I would take a look at Verlander. Bregman's obviously been good. I think that touches on yours, Ev. Who do you like?
Yeah,
MVP wise, series. What do you like?
Yeah, well, the only thing I've played, I took a shot at Bregman 12-1 to win MVP. I mean, he bats clean up. He's been clutch. He had a couple big hits in the ALCS. I mean, in that line, I was surprised he was. I thought the number for him was very low. I thought he'd be like an 8-1, 9-1 guy. I was surprised to see him at 12-1. So I took a stab there.
I can just say I think it's because the matchups with Wheeler and Nola, and he's going to get maybe 4 games against those guys, and so I think historically, if you look, those are tough matchups. That's the only reason I'd say. But I love Bregman 12-1, Big Ev.
It's moved down, so Ev, as always, has a great number. It's now 10-1.
Jesus.
I don't hate that that Houston -1.5 because I agree 100% with what Colin said. Where when Houston has 4 really good starters, like really, really good. Philly, you could argue it's 3. Like Suarez has pitched well in the playoffs, so can't take anything away from him. He's been really, really good, but he hasn't been that guy all year. I think he'll step up. I mean, he's done it this postseason. I have no reason to think he won't in the World Series. But like we've all kind of touched on, Houston's pitching is just so deep. I think them winning like in 4, 5, or 6, like the 1.5 is. Especially plus money, I think that's pretty solid.
All right, yeah. So I mean, I'm definitely gonna be stressed out. You got to go take Game 1, and you saw how important that would have been with those Mariners. Like, what are you laughing at, Carl?
Because I just know, like you say it just so casually, but I know you're gonna be all worked up. Like you can't even get into the analysis without having to disclose.
Rico, don't you dare hedge. I don't even care if it loses. Don't you dare.
No, I'm not hedging yet. One. I'm waiting until at least 1-1. All right, yeah. This is a decent spot. Yeah, Carl. I'm right.
Like, don't hedge.
Right now, I'm at panic mode, like level 1. Tomorrow night, they go down 2-0, and I'm hearing fucking Robin blaring on the commercial breaks. I'm gonna be pretty pissed. So right now it's calm, but we'll see.
Even going off what Carl said about, which he was 100% right, the Padres Phillies, how it's like it's a close series. They win 4-1. You can't say exactly the same for the Yankees Astros, but literally 3 of the 4 games were
blowouts.
Like they're like only one game was a blowout. It was 1-run game, 2-run game, 1-run game. Like they're like the Astros are just clutch. Like we would even a couple of the games we take leads, like they grab that lead back in the middle of the game and then they don't give it back. That's what they do.
Yeah, I see your point. It definitely was close. So, and the Astros have been there. You got Dusty Baker looking to get one, obviously. Yeah, I like where I'm at with the Astros. In terms of Game 1 tomorrow, Astros -167, Philly +145. You got the same kind of stuff here. You got a lot of fun stuff. The one I was looking at, player to hit 2 home runs, the odds start at 30-1. So you have monster tickets if you want that. What do we think? I like the one. I'll give you the one I really like for tomorrow. Verlander over 17.5 outs is minus 141. I think he gets a 6. I know Philly's got a really good lineup. I think Verlander has balls the size of my head. I think he gets me 6 innings. I would take Verlander over the 17.5. Ev, what do you like as far as just tomorrow night if you're matching up the game? Guys to get a hit, who are you going to probably put in for the hit parade if we get that going tomorrow night? Like first 5, what do you like?
To be honest, I know it's not usually something I love to do, but I will because of the World Series and it's the action we got. I'll lay the juice with Houston at home. I'll play a money line. I'll play it. I think it's I honestly think for this game it should even be a little higher. I thought it would open more like 180, 185 with Verlander in game 1. So 167 sit here. I'll play it. I'd even play the under. I think I think both starting pitchers are gonna pitch well. I don't know what's gonna happen late. I think if anything we get screwed later on in the game, but I see this game being in the 6th, 7th inning being 1-1, maybe 2-1, something like that. I think we get both guys throw good outings.
Carl, what do you like?
Yeah, there's 2 that jump out. I like the first 5 under 3.5. Nola went down there, pitched extremely well a couple of weeks ago. He's ready to go. This is his moment. Pitchability's through the roof. He profiles very well against those right-handed hitters in the Astros lineup because of the cutter and just the pitch mix. He's got this weird curveball. And then Verlander, we haven't seen a breakout right yet in these playoffs. Something that makes you be like, oh shit, that's the guy. Is it coming now? It sure feels like it.
Good.
He had 11 Ks against you guys, yeah.
Yeah, he's
okay.
Down pretty good.
Okay. Well, the only situation with the 17.5 outs thing is now you bring in offense into that. Because if the Astros do put if one of those teams puts a thumping on it, he's coming right out. Yeah. But I like the under 3.5. I think right away out of the gate. I mean, this is just going to be such a big, huge, pressure-packed moment. There's an advantage, obviously, to the pitchers. Like I said, Nola has experience down there just very recently too, pitching well. And then for the game, I do like the game under 6.5.
Yeah, so
I think under 3.5 is minus 130, so I'm laying a little bit there. But under 6, I think the 6.5 is it still plus money? What is it plus 105?
I'll take a look at it real quick.
It's saying plus 102 on our board right now.
Yeah, okay. It's plus 102.
Okay.
So listen, we that kind of takes care of game 1 in the series. I'll touch again on game 1 here quickly because we had the segment dogs plus signs. I don't know if you guys are familiar with some of the options we have on the Barstool Sportsbook. I'll be honest, I didn't know that this was going to be an option because it's such a magnified game. You see it with the NCAA championship, different things like that. Have you guys looked at the doubles market for tomorrow night? You can get over a half is every line for a double. You're betting for a guy to hit a double. Bryce Harper starts at plus 380. Alvarez plus 410. What do you make of this ballpark? Isn't this kind of a gap ballpark, Carl? Ev, would you take a look at this?
Man,
the guy to get a fucking double.
It's an
Bregman get a double is 440.
Yeah, I don't. This is that. Let me just first off say, great find. That is surprising to me. Now I think about it, I like to see probably park factors, adjusted doubles in Houston are probably way lower. Maybe it has something to do with the World Series. Maybe it has something to do with Nola's pitch selection or how Verlander matches up against the lineup. Because you think Harper plus 380 because you've seen time and again, Harper right now, the ball's traveling so deep. He's not out in front of shit. That home run he hit the other night is just the perfect embodiment of where his swing's at and how he feels in the box. That ball is so fucking deep in the plate. And you saw it in that series too, where he can sit on stuff and then take it the other way so well. Verlander, I got to dig on that. I do like Harper plus 380 because he's letting the ball travel deep. The only thing is that fucking fence is so short, Rico.
Yeah, but nobody rips one down the line, and past the guy at first or third. I don't know.
I would favor lefties on that. I would definitely favor lefties on that.
Ed, would you play anybody as far as the doubles?
That fortune left is short.
All right. But you could hit that wall and then you got a double there. And then, Ev, the other one, too, I'm looking at here, you got guys to get an RBI starting at plus 180. Somebody's got to drive in a run. You got Alvarez at plus 180, Harper at plus 180, Bregman at 200, Gurriel at 245. Like, a middle,
Gurriel at
like
245 is good value, very
Yeah,
good
I like
value, because
that.
there is a good chance he's up there with a runner on third base in less than 2 outs.
all right. We'll yeah, I mean, take a look at what you want with that. Obviously, like we could go through this for a long period of time, but maybe we'll put together a parlay to ride us with a shareable ticket. But this, I mean, we could be looking at a double, an RBI from somebody else, and if you were on the Phillies money line, that's got to be a lot of money. Like take a look at the different options. If you think Philly's going to win, somebody's got to drive in a run. Go pick one of those guys. Like a lot of options on the Barstool Sportsbook. So it looks like we're all kind of on the Astros. Carl, closing thoughts, or I guess.
Yeah, the two closing thoughts. I think there's a great spot here in game 2 if the Phillies lose game 1 for Wheeler to be like plus something huge. He's throwing the ball so fucking well right now. And I don't like to curse Rico, but I can't emphasize enough how good Zach Wheeler looks and just the resilience of the Phillies. So if they do fall behind, and even if they get smashed game 1, or if they lose heartbreaking fashion, 13 innings or something, I think there's a great spot there for the Phillies with Wheeler, game 2, first 5 money line, and for the game money line. And then the other thing, I have a prop that might be coming out. Allegedly, I've talked to Jack McCarthy and some of the folks in the white collars. What do you think of this prop, and what do you think it's going to be priced at? It's for any of the games to end with a walk-off home run.
Yeah,
right.
16-1 if I had to price it.
I think it'd be less than that.
Really?
Actually, I don't know. Dan, that's tough. That's hard to like. That's actually not a terrible number.
That's an awesome one.
To throw it off the hip. I like
Brandon
that.
Brandon Walker found one, Carl. Anybody to go back-to-back homers in the series, I think, was like plus 625, Ev, right?
Yeah,
what did he say on Pick Central yesterday?
Like
yeah, I mean, there's a lot. There's a
lot
of options.
What about if it was just a walk-off period, like no homer, just like any game to end on a walk-off? You want the homer?
Any game to end on a walk-off,
Okay.
I'd put it like 2-1, 2.5 to 1.
Plus 200. Yeah, because you also got to
I think it'd be more than that. I was going to say like 5 or 6.
Okay.
2 out of 6.
All right.
To end on a walk-off is like, that's still like, how many times did it happen in the?
Well, then obviously, yeah, you're saying the home team's going to win. You're saying the home team's going to win. And so, like, that's basically, and then Vase would say
limits, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably closer to 5 or 6, Ev. Hopefully they all end up in walk-off.
I kind of like, yeah, I mean, see how crazy you can get with it too. Like, I kind of like final run to be scored on a home run too. So then you get the away team back in it. So let's say it's 1-1 in the 8th and Harper hits one to go up, and then or I'm sorry, in the top of the 9th, let's say, top 9, and now you got Houston going 1, 2, 3, and you win on that. Like, yeah, there's a variety of different things you can go with. But listen, I'm going to dive into this fucking doubles market and this RBI market. I'll be honest. I am addicted now to fucking doubles. If you're going to offer me those prices, I'm going doubles. And I've been kind of okay with like finding nits and grits. The field goals I got in the NFL tonight and for the last couple of weeks in primetime spots, over 3.5, and they offer plus money. Like, give it to me. You're going to give me a gross game? I'll go take plus money. Somebody's hitting a double. Someone's hitting a double. I might just bet all of them. Fuck it. Just to prove a point. I'll lose units just to prove a point. Somebody's going to hit a double.
Rico, hang with me one. I'm getting a price. Here. There's a guy that I wanted to spend just a second talking about because I think you'll like this. He's a Philly guy. I've heard he's like a legend in Philadelphia, in the Pennsylvania area. Chaz McCormick. And he's been electric. And I guess he's a diehard Phillies fan. And all his boys are just like diehard Philly guys. In his D2 college, like they just ride or die Philly sports. And he finds himself against his boys. And I got some DMs from like his high school buddies that are like, yo, he's probably going to torch the Phillies. Like, if we know Chaz, like he's definitely, this is just the type of guy he is. He would come out and he's taking it extra personal, where you'd be like, oh, it must be tough for him to play against home. Like, No, he wants to embarrass us.
That's
so
good info.
I'm looking for a price on him as an MVP. I can't.
I'm trying to find it. He's not even. Hold on. I don't think he's listed.
He bats like 8th in the lineup.
He's not even. I don't think he's listed.
Let's get a boot. Let's get a Philly. Let's get like a Philly guy scumbag, Benedict Arnold.
Well, I got
MVP
it. I got it. Because he spells his name like a maniac. CHS, or it's CHAS, or maybe they cut it down. Either way,
no,
he is 60-1 to win MVP.
Hey, little sprinkle on the Philly boy to and he keeps producing. I feel like he's done very well in this postseason. This is a guy we've been talking about for a couple of weeks too. So, man, I'm super excited. I think this matchup too. We've talked a lot about this on Saturday 9. I don't think you could ask if this was like a boxing match or something. Like, you couldn't ask for better storylines coming into the ring. Like the Astros, 6 years in a row on paper, like cheaters. Everyone's against them. They're the best, the balanced, like the deepest. If they weren't in the AL West, like if they were in the NL Central, they probably would have won 120 games this year. This team, and then the more you look into it, McCullers and Javier and Garcia, all these guys probably aren't even going to make a huge difference if they don't have to. And on the other side of the Phillies, all the momentum, everybody loves this. The entire country's behind these guys. Fired the coach. Got Rob Thompson, first time ever managing, career grinder. It's just like it's literally Rocky versus Creed. It's like everybody's cheering for Philly here. Everybody. And then you've got the Astros. So hopefully it goes 7 games and there's as much as drama as possible. I don't think you could handpick though like two.
No.
I'm probably different teams. You could say the same shit if the Padres had rolled into it or the Cardinals or somebody had captured us the way the Philly, the fighting Phils have. But it's just great to have the fucking towering badass team in the Astros and then like the team that is obviously much weaker, but everybody's behind. So if you believe in magic, this is a great.
You have a true villain.
Setup.
You have a true villain and a feel-good story. So this is World Series, and it's great. It's opening tomorrow night on Friday night. You don't have too much going against it. Chas McCormick double game 1 plus 650.
Whoa! And he's got legs, fellas. Okay,
like
that's
a 12 this year, 12 last year. Chas McCormick might be my guy.
I might bet him to just homer every game.
Do you think eBay delivers a jersey?
He's got to hit 1.
I love it. All right, that's Hot Ice. We'll get back to you. We'll take a look at when the schedule's coming out. So what are they going? They're going Friday, Saturday, and when are they coming back? Tuesday?
Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, Friday, Saturday.
All right, so Tuesday will likely be possibly our last show, depending on the series. But it's been, I said, it's fucking season's been long, but it's been super quick. Feels like April, or Cinco de Mayo when we were giving out Aaron Judge at 12-1, 10-1 MVP. File that one away for your winning tickets from Hot Ice. But it's, however, whenever we meet again, it's been a phenomenal season. I'm very excited for the World Series.
Amen, brother. Let's get one more. Let's see if we get one more prop. Instead, like hit pray, we'll do like a double. We'll mix in some of the storylines from the show or something.
Yeah, definitely. Parlay tomorrow. Like hit parade likely tomorrow. We'll see exactly what's going on. I know you got starting 9 stuff. Tweet us with that. Follow Carl on starting 9. Obviously, Ev's been hot all year. Follow everybody. That's Hot Ice. World Series tomorrow. Enjoy it.